What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Geeks Forever podcast. I am the one, the only, the host with the most notorious, the most chaotic podcast host and panelist in all of Texas. The one you should acknowledge, King Mexico. And joining me is not Keyblade Sonic because he's running late because he's on his way home from work, but he'll be here a little bit soon. But you know who he is. He's the I'll do his intro when he comes here. But joining me is the otaku rapper, the premier otaku rapper. Are you the first otaku rapper?
No, I am far from the first.
You're the first. Well, I mean, I know there are rappers that have made music about video games and anime and stuff like that, but like no one's ever called him. I don't know. I'd never heard of a otaku rapper until we met.
Gotcha. There's Richie Branson, the guy who single-handedly brought back Toonami in like 2010. That's it. I don't know who before Richie Branson and Mega Ran, but like I'm pretty sure there were guys before Richie Branson and Mega Ran. Like Schaefer, the Dark Lord, is more nerdcore. I don't know if he like makes otaku rap music, but yeah, there are guys with nerdy rap music that were before us, but
Right. I mean, you could go back to like early 2000s, even late 90s with that Super Mario rap song where the guy talks about Super Mario like save the princess quick cuz she wants a dick, and if you set her free, you will get the pussy. Like literally those are the fucking lyrics of the song. Look it up. Look it up. I'm telling you. Like Super Mario rap.
okay.
I mean, you ain't got to listen to it right now. I mean, you can if you want to. You know what? As a matter of fact, why don't I? Because I
Uh,
don't have a skinny, so we'll start off the show with this, just so everybody, so nobody thinks I'm making shit up and saying like like some offensive shit on the podcast.
okay.
Okay, yeah, because there are. Yeah, I guess you got to add the. Oh yeah. Here it is. You got to add like old
Mm-hmm.
because it is super old. And
Yeah, because I tried looking it up, and what mainly came up was the one from the movie.
so it's this one. Let me know if you can hear it.
Okay.
And then you give it a test.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
What, the Mario test? Mario's a fucking psycho.
I'll play like the first 60 seconds before I take it down.
It's 1986, I'm in the first grade. I'm working really hard to get Mario laid. I gotta save the princess so he can get the pussy. Believe me, Mario will get that ass, so fuck Luigi. Mario really wants to get her in bed, so bad that he's busting up bricks with his head. He just wants sex, so forget the wedding bells. Jumping on little mushroom men and turtle shells, dropping down green pipes and secret passageways, making his move to the end where the final castle lays. Eat a magic mushroom, grow a little higher. Eat a white flower and spit balls of fire. All these creatures that attack won't cut Mario slack.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there.
You're fine.
Yeah, so that's the one I was talking about, and it sucked because it was getting real close to the chorus.
I'll give it a listen.
It's old. I remember it. I remember hearing it in high school.
Dude, just because it's old doesn't mean it's bad.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that it's old. So like it's so old. When I searched for it, I typed in the word old to find it because when I typed in Mario rap, a bunch of shit just came out.
Yeah.
So like I mean it's pretty old, but like I mean, yeah, when you talk about rappers doing stuff, I mean this song is probably like fuck, I want to say 2002 because I heard it in high school. Okay, yeah, somebody said that nowadays this song, how insane 2002 was. Some people heard it in 2005. I remember hearing it in high school. before when we were still burning CDs.
Hmm.
Like I had an iPod Shuffle because an iPod. I don't know if you know what an iPod Shuffle is.
I had one.
Like, did you have the square one or the one that's shaped like a USB stick?
I had a USB stick and it had a square.
Okay, I had the USB stick. It was like a gigabyte of memory, and you put music on. You couldn't see what it was going to play, so it would just randomly play music. And if you didn't want to listen to the particular song, you just had to keep, switching songs until it played the one you wanted.
Yeah, actually, not to believe it or not, the USB stick one, I actually got it for free. Believe it or not.
Oh, would you steal it?
I was walking through my local park and I saw something white on the ground with headphones. Like I grabbed the headphones. I didn't know what the white thing was. Then I saw the Apple logo. I'm like, oh my God, this is an iPod.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. The guy had, what do you have on it? He had a lot of Limp Bizkit. He had a lot of, Wake Me Up Inside. I know the girl's name Amy Lee, but I can't remember the band name.
Evanescence.
Yeah, Evanescence. And they had like Smash Mouth on there. And yeah, those were the only three artists he had on there was Evanescence, Smash Mouth, and Limp Bizkit.
I mean, those are probably the only ones that matter in like back then. Especially if you had the
in 2006.
When did the iPod Shuffle come out? Because I'm class of 2006, and I'm pretty sure I had my iPod Shuffle in 2005 or 4.
It was released in 2005.
Okay, yeah. So, because I was still in ROTC when I had it, and I wore it to school, like, so the USB one it had like a necklace attached, like, so
yeah.
The USB part had a lid, and it had two. It had just the regular lid, and then it had the part that was a necklace. So I wore it to school. So I remember wearing it all the time, and I would listen to it whenever I wanted to. I was still in ROTC, actively in ROTC. I was still in ROTC when I was a senior, but at that point, I didn't give a shit anymore because I was in football. So yeah, I mean, it's so we go back. Sorry, I had to burp. I burped a little. I ate a lot before we started the show. I mean, I've never heard the term otaku rapper until we met, and it's been
7 years.
It's been more than that.
It's been 8 years, actually.
I think it's been 10 years.
No, we met each other at Anime Austin 2017.
So it's been 8 years.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm going to keep it in with the comments. What's up, Far Knocker? I had an MP3 player from Cleveland Creative Lens called the Creative Vision M. I still have one of the old MP3 players from back in the day. It only has like 250 megabytes, and you could use it to save like. I ironically held on to it until I still have it, but it still works. I'm afraid to plug it into my laptop though, because it might have a virus from the old computer. Because the old computer was the computer I used LimeWire on. I don't remember it going bad because I abused LimeWire. So I don't want to plug it. I plugged it into other computers that are just throwaways, and it works. So I guess I could just run a malware or whatever. All right, but I mean, yeah, I've never heard of otaku rapper. I've heard of rappers that have done music about anime and video games, but like the term, I've never heard the term otaku rapper. Like that was never coined before, and I guess prior to that, now there's like you were the first one I've ever seen that like there's a difference. There are rappers that do rap music, and then they do a song here or there about anime or video games, and then there are people that are rappers that their entire catalog is nothing but anime and video games. So you were the first one that I've ever met that was just like anime.
Well, it's like iCube once said, hip hop is a reflection of your reality. So, I'm just rapping about what my reality is.
Shit. Well, I mean, I was gonna say I grew up in Houston. People getting shot on the streets every day was normal. It's not something to brag about. It's not fucking glamorous, but it was something that happened. But I
Mhm.
mean, so that's what that's the discussion. I mean, you're like, who started the otaku rapper?
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know who was here before Richie Branson and Megaran. That's the thing.
I mean, they might be the first.
Yeah.
Because even then, even now, you go anywhere else, even now, like otaku rapper is not like you tell people, "Oh, I'm an otaku rapper." Like, what the fuck is that? So it's still something that's growing, and people are doing it.
Yeah.
People, I think the universal term is just rapper, but
Mhm.
I digress. We've been talking about that for a while. Sonic's not here. We don't have a skinny, so I have nothing to talk about except for this weekend is the Royal Rumble. We'll be hanging out at Big City Wings. We don't have our podcast running. We are going to talk to them about running our podcast live once again from Big City Wings for WrestleMania. Hopefully, we can get some collaboration going on this year, but well, time will tell. Time will definitely tell. Uh, we have just been confirmed for USHICON.
Nice.
For other reasons that I will not get into. We were already confirmed for them, but we got our panels. We got 3 panels: Terrible Fan Fiction, Dragon Ball, and Power Rangers. And we are running karaoke for them on Friday nights. And I'm submitting my panels for AllCon. And we're going to be talking about our plans for Comic Palooza. Before we get into all that, we're going to get into LightHouse Matsuri. I almost called them
Yes.
Anime Matsuri by mistake. I apologize to the convention. Don't want to compare you to that dumpster fire.
Well, I mean, Lighthouse Matsuri in itself was a dumpster fire.
Jesus Christ. Is that what you sent me?
What do you mean?
You sent me something on Instagram. It's like, this isn't the like the host or like something. You sent me something about where the guy was like apologizing to everybody.
Yeah. What you call it? Essentially, people were blaming the main sponsor for shit that was really the fault of the con owner.
Mhm.
And the main sponsor, like, he was trying his best to make it work for everybody, but in the end, he just couldn't. And, some people didn't get paid. I don't know who. And some people, like Ghost Data, right? He didn't even have anything to plug into, any DJ deck to plug into. Um, I think he was only there for like maybe an hour tops, and he just left. Keep in mind, this was the middle of the afternoon.
Uh, hold on. Give me a second. So
Okay.
they did release a statement that I'm going to go ahead and. Can I save this? No, I can't. Okay. So this is on their. This is on the Tokyo Houston Instagram page. They released
Mm-hmm.
this. All right, y'all. I know a lot of people think I was associated with Lighthouse Matsuri. I wasn't. I simply went there as a vendor and a sponsor for the event, and I offered guests to him since he was looking. I was never a partner. No contract was ever signed between Johnny and I. I assume Johnny is the owner of Lighthouse Matsuri. I don't own Lighthouse Matsuri. All my team and I, what all so all my team and I, I'm gonna correct this. Did was try to help everyone that was involved, and we tried our best to make it good for everyone since he wasn't around. And I put in money as a sponsor. I'm sorry, but all questions and refunds are to be directed towards the actual owner, the Geek Hustler from Lighthouse Matsuri. So you said that it was kind of a dumpster fire. Just based off of the statement, and this was released on their story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The main dumpster fire part was that, for one, the performances, the maid cafe, the 18 plus stuff, that was in the hotel. And then the venue where the con was happening was about 8-10 minutes away.
How do I how do I share this shit?
I can send you a screenshot if you want.
Yeah, but people were. I guess
People
they were
are.
sharing the screenshot. I'm on my computer.
Okay, I'm gonna send you one right quick.
I got it. I got it.
Never mind.
Yeah, I'm figuring it out one step at a time.
Yeah.
So you said that they didn't have like equipment. Can you talk about that again for me, please?
Okay, so Stonewall Static, the band, they were the ones that were bringing all the stage equipment. First of all, there wasn't no stage. We were just like outdoors on the fifth floor of the hotel, and what you called it? They set up stage lighting and speakers and everything, but there was no way for the DJ to plug into any decks, or maybe there wasn't a deck for him to use. I don't exactly. Um, one of the members of your Discord is the one who talked about that.
Okay, let's see what we got on that end. Okay, it'd be under con bullshit. Let's see what we got here. It's a lot. So here's a skinny. I got booked for a project. Braveheart to be nightlife icon, but they never put us on this. Okay, that might be something else. Okay, no, wait. You guys are all talking about.
Yeah, Lighthouse Matsuri.
Okay, never mind. Okay, here we go. This is where it starts. Luckily, I got okay.
Yeah, Bunny said the DJ literally didn't have a deck to play on after he drove 6 hours down and had to drive 6 hours back.
I know way too much about the situation. I feel like Buddy needs to be on here. What happened? Some people didn't pay or refunded for the event. Guests weren't paid, including VAs. Not only that, some performers didn't get to perform due to the con head not organizing things properly. Okay. Vendors were crammed into the hotel. Con center didn't really have security to make sure people's shit wasn't getting stolen. It's all around a lot worse than what I can say. Con head took the money and ran essentially. God damn. This was a 2-day event. A lot went down in the span of 3 days and years worth of planning down the drain because of one specific person. So Johnny, the individual, is he the owner or is he
Yeah,
just okay?
yeah. And Seppi Hakubi in the Discord, he sent a screen grab of a message from 2015 trying to warn him about that particular person.
Okay, yeah, let me go ahead and read this. So, hello, I'm the agent for a celebrity who was contracted to appear at the Heroes Expo in South Padre Island next month. It is my understanding that you're also scheduled to appear at this event. I wanted to reach out to you that the promoter, uh, we're just going to say Johnny for now, and find out what your history is with him. He originally agreed to pay my client appearance fee as well as a deposit for that fee within 4 weeks of confirmation. The deposit is now a month overdue, and Johnny has become completely unresponsive to all my requests. I'm pulling my client from the event. I just wanted to notify you of my dealings with him. If you're being paid an appearance fee, I would be highly skeptical of actually receiving it. It seems that there's no real financing backing for this event, and they're strictly relying on ticket sales to cover all costs, which obviously are not guaranteed. I just wanted to let you know to hopefully prevent any other artists from being screwed out of money that is potentially owed to them. Best, the agent of the talent. So and he's looks like somebody posted a screenshot of him. I guess he was on the news.
Yeah.
Wearing a really like it's like a piss yellow Rey Mysterio mask.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I have not. I'm sorry, Sophie. I've been not keeping up with the chat. I also need a poo. That's why I always Sonic. This is why we have a co-host. The word otaku seems to be like such a self-owned Japanese being called taco. Apparently, is endearing and high and mighty enemies will point it out. Otaku is just geek, really, because we translated it when we were doing our Japanese. and when we typed in geek, it put otaku. I mean, it's still like even now, geek is kind of an insult. At least it used to be in Japan. It's still like considered. Oh God, why did my side hurting? I think I
I
would do it.
mean, if you want, I mean, I can take over while you use the bathroom.
No, it's fine. My side's hurting for another reason. I have nothing to do with the bathroom.
Got it.
Me on the other hand, the otaku chief. I'm taking the word back. Be proud of what you're a fan of.
Here, Sefi Hakubi.
I'm confused. Hola, what's up, Greek cred? Hola, homies. We're talking about Lighthouse Matsuri. Deacon Rat was there. He was in the trenches. They made him. We're talking about how they made him sleep in a cardboard box on the street while it rained. They fed him hot dogs, and not like the whole hot dog. They gave him one hot dog, and like this has to last you all day.
No, bro,
So
they gave me a can of Vienna sausages.
Right. So this has to last you all day. So he's eating like one per like hour.
Yeah, this had to last me, my girlfriend, Mochi, and our friend.
Y'all had displayed a can of Vienna. So okay, I know Mochi. I started following Mochi on
Yeah.
Because Mochi followed. I don't know how we started following each other. I don't know.
Oh, I told her to follow you probably.
Oh no! Something happened, and we talked to them, and we just never ran it, and it just.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. So while Deacon takes a quick absent, I'm actually gotten away from running events. Honestly, ultimately, I should be hitting events, not running them, and I want to focus on creating my content to do so. However, I'm friends with a couple of con directors, and they want to expand. I can let them know. Sefi, do you have the contact information for pros? Because we talked about something and we talked about talking about it later on, but I never made sure I got his info. We talked about it at AllCon.
Okay, I'm back.
Let me see. So the Valley's honestly untouched territory to good events, minus a few of them. Damn, he's gained weight. Jeez. I haven't seen him over a decade, so I may not be able to recognize him. It's like I'd offer it to your con directors, to be honest. Let's email one of them tonight. Actually owe them a press kit for Brazora County Comic Con and Anime Con close to Houston coming up in April. All right. Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad that was a reminder. All right. So based on what we can tell so far, and this is off of the information, and did you contact the Tokyo Houston?
I did. He hasn't replied.
I don't think they will.
Yeah. Oh, no. He saw it 23 minutes ago.
See if they want to come on the show and talk about it.
Yeah, I did. Let me.
For those of you that are here watching, can y'all give us a thumbs up? Helps us with the algorithm. So, I mean, I had never heard of Lighthouse Matsuri. I try to stay away from conventions with the name Matsuri in them. Obviously, this is not their first year. This is their second year, or at least I believe you told me it was their second year.
Yeah.
So, we could talk about the bullshit. You were there as a guest.
Yeah.
And I mean, was there any redeeming factors?
My redeeming factor is, for one, I got to meet Tokyo Houston, and I got to make that connection, make that networking, and me and C. Greasy made some content. Between me and my girlfriend, we spent about $300 in the dealer room.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, like, when you said we spent $300, I'm glad you ended it in the dealer's room, because I was about to say, you spent $300 at a con you were a guest for.
No, 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 no. I will say that like catering. See, I love the catering. They had Raising Cane's,
Mhm.
and let's see another redeem. That's sad when the redeeming quality is that they had Raising Cane's in the green room.
Seasonless chicken.
Yeah. Hey, Raising Cane's is good. Oh, I
No,
got to
their
perform.
sauce and their lemonade is good.
I got to perform with Alan Z. Uh, oh, and I saw the beach for the first time ever.
What?
Yeah, I've never been to the beach before.
Did you go? Okay, never mind. This is South Padre Island. Never mind. Okay. So, besides the food
Hmm.
and the con, was there anything about the con lake that you liked?
Aside from making new friends, there were no panels. You know, aside from like aside from the celebrity getting up on the not stage but platform and answer, do a Q&A. Uh, let's see.
So, expo rather than an actual convention.
And the actual convention part, yes, but in the hotel they had the maid cafe, and they had an 18 plus dealer room, but a lot of the dealers from the 18 plus dealer room were already in the regular dealer room 10 minutes away. So, it wasn't really a difference. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of some good redeeming qualities, but the only thing I can think of is, the connections I made and seeing the people that I saw at other conventions that I
Okay,
don't really
let's
see
talk
very
about
often.
your experience, the bad experience.
Okay.
What?
Um,
It's
let's what?
no go start. Let's start, bitch. Let's.
Okay, okay. Um, let's see. For one, as soon as we get in the hotel room, two of the lights don't work, and the water is not going down the sink, and the TV doesn't work. Um, they told me like 5 days before the con what time I was performing, and I'm just like, you guys haven't posted a schedule. Where's the panel schedule? Where's the concert schedule? And so they told me I was going on at 11. They told another friend 10, another friend 9. And then when we get there, my friend performed at 9, like scheduled. They asked me to go on right after. And I'm supposed to be scheduled for an hour. They asked me to cut it down to like 30 minutes. And then the band, Stonewall Static, that actually set up all the stage lighting, then they performed for like an hour, hour and a half.
Mhm.
And then one of the guys that was supposed to go on for an hour, they asked him to cut his music too. And after he went, it's about what 11:30 midnight, and we started at 9. And I just go back to my room because I'm hungry, and I don't know what happened after that. But yeah, the promoter gave us a set time. According to Alan Z, he was told it was first come first served or something like that, and there was practically no con staff or anywhere. Like, I mean, there was con staff, but there was only like maybe 5 of them. And at the
Hold on, hold on. Let's just stop. Let's just stop.
uh-huh.
Let's stop for a second. What the? Okay, rewind. Be kind. Rewind.
Hmm.
Uh, what do you mean by the first come first serve? Let's talk about that. What the fuck does that mean? Like,
I don't know. I really don't. Because, like, if Alan Z were here, he could probably tell you more. But, like, both of us had our time cut. And after I did one of my songs, I said, thank you. I'm Deacon Rap. And then the sound person decided to play the rest of it. Because, I was done. I already knew what the 30-minute mark was. So Alan Z knew there was more music to come. But, they cut my time. And it was outside as well. So the floor was really slippery. Um, we had a good view of the beach, but realistically, it's like There weren't really a lot of people, and they didn't really advertise it the way they should have.
I'm still baffled by the first come first serve. What does that mean?
I don't know. That's what Alan Z was told. I really don't know. Like I was told, huh?
I apologize to everyone. I did a piss poor job advertising today's show. I really, really because I'll be honest with you, Deacon. The reason why, because Lighthouse Matsuri was so small, I'm like, okay, Deacons probably went, had a great time, had a great show. I'm not gonna worry about it. Now I'm looking at the damn Discord, and I saw your post. Now I'm hearing all this shit. I was like, all right, sir, what would you rather do? Would you rather go be a part of this convention or get kicked in the nuts? Well, the nuts one. What kind of shoes are you wearing?
My thing is like, my experience, if I can sum it up, is I should have just went to work.
Fuck.
I should have just went to work at my regular job instead of coming here.
Like I said, if you have to contemplate getting kicked in the nuts instead of going to a convention to have fun, then there's probably something wrong. What's up? What's up?
Yeah. What's up? But no, I know my review isn't probably like, oh, it was bullshit and this and that. But trust me, the worst the worst negative compliment I can give a convention is I should have went to work instead.
God, that fucking sucks. That's so. You said somebody else was there. Do you have their contact information? Can they possibly talk about the con a little bit?
Let's see.
Because like a bunch of there's only one person I would not invite to the show because we got beef.
Gotcha.
I'll even post who it is.
Experience.
Did anyone else in our chat or watching our show, did you go to Lighthouse Matsuri this past weekend in South Padre Island? Let us know in the comment section, or if you're watching the post show, let us know. Let us know your thoughts. We will continue talking about this story as it. To go ahead and talk briefly about this coming weekend, we will be at Big City Wings to watch the WWE Royal Rumble with our fellow wrestling fans. This is in Houston, Texas, at the Marquee location. So if you live in the Houston area and you're free Saturday night, join us as we watch the Royal Rumble. 30 men, 30 women will get into the ring, and they will toss 29 other individuals over the top rope for an opportunity to highlight and possibly main event WrestleMania to challenge the World Heavyweight Champion or the WWE Champion. Will John Cena be the winner? He is the highest odds right now to win the WWE Royal Rumble. But you know who could win? But you know who could appear? Not win, but could appear. If you say his name, he may appear. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Bam, bam.
Okay, yeah. Send me a message on Instagram, and I'll send you the link.
Okay. Yeah, I just DM'd a few people. So according to my insider information, John Cena is going to enter at number 21 and win the Rumble. Also,
your insider information also told you that Lighthouse Matsuri was going to be fun.
No, my insider information didn't tell me anything. My insider information also told me that Cody was going to win the Royal Rumble.
We all saw that coming. My
insider information told me that CM Punk was going to come back at the end of it, do practically nothing, and that's how Survivor Series was going to end. The only thing my insider information was wrong about was it was wrong about how the Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan thing was going to go.
Man, I felt like they were trying to drag that to WrestleMania, but
yeah. Honestly, we need a Dom Mysterio versus Rhea Ripley match. We need that intergender match at WrestleMania. But at the same time, it's like Dominic Mysterio already had 2 WrestleManias. Let's have someone else.
No, he's had 2 WrestleMania matches with Rey Mysterio. His
Yeah.
dad. And I'm afraid that it's gonna be 3. So I don't want to see that shit again. Yeah, get him somebody else. Let him fight Rhea Ripley. And go ahead and send me the message, bro, so I can send you the link, please. Let me know if you message me on Facebook or. So this is what I have so far on Lighthouse Matsuri. A lot of guests, except for apparently Deacon's one of the few that were paid. Were not paid. Well, they were not paid in advance. Deposits, payments, security. I guess the same shit. It's not just the one individual that was posted in our Discord. So if you want all the tea, join our Discord right now. I'll go ahead and share a link to join the Discord. You can go ahead and join. Not for Royal Rumble, but for WrestleMania, yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the podcast. You want to join us at Big City Wings? Duh. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. If you want to get on all the tea. No. We're going to talk about other stuff. We're just talking about Lighthouse right now. Because honestly, I didn't really do a lot of research. Like, we're just finding out like there's a lot of drama and shit. You know, drama puts asses in seats. So apparently there's a lot of people not being paid. A lot of people just getting screwed out of money. And the convention just kind of like being poorly run. So
yeah.
I don't know what to say. It sounds like it's the first bad convention of the year. You know, we have, God damn it, I did not keep score for AllCon.
Yeah.
So we do know so far right now that AllCon is number 1. AllCon got an 8. AllCon got a 9.
San Antonio for the win.
Yeah, because y'all came over here and gave San Japan a 9.
San Antonio for the win.
So, but unfortunately, South Padre Island.
I'm gonna have to give him a 0.
I got you.
Yeah. I will say this. They're live right now. I will say this. In the 150 something conventions I've been at, this is the second to last worst convention I've been to. So if I rank it between 1 and 150, I put it at 149.
What the fuck? I'm trying to see if I can make it bigger. Okay, so we'll use that one. Lighthouse Matsuri is the first DQ'd convention of the year. We're gonna go ahead and disqualify them for the Convention of the Year award. So yeah. Geek Crate, if you actually have a subject. Okay, so we do have a different subject I wanted to talk about since Deacon, you are cosplayer of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go ahead and. Well, shit. I don't think I got a screenshot. Oh no, here it is. This was posted in a Facebook group called the Cosplay Contest Support Group, and this was let me see if I can send it to you. Send it to myself actually, and then I'll just post it. So let me get your thoughts on this.
Okay.
I'm sending it to myself right now, so I can share, so I can screen, because I have it on my phone. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Go ahead and share this. I know it was over a month ago, but did Sleep do a good job with my panel at Etchy Expo Deacon?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Me and my girlfriend won a cup with the candy in it. And also, I think there was a Yu Yu Hakusho or a Power Ranger panel, and what you called it. I didn't get it. I just didn't know the answer, and the fact that I didn't know something from Power Rangers or Yu Yu Hakusho, but somebody else did. That was one of my not so great moments.
Wah, wah, wah. All right, so this was posted by an anonymous member on the cosplay contest support group. Hey everyone, I have a question about a new rule in a local competition. This competition states that they will provide a handler in the judging room for you and that no outside handlers are allowed inside. They mentioned that this is for guests. They mentioned that this is for the guest judges' safety, but in more concern about the cosplayers and their costume safety. Has anyone seen this before? Let me know your thoughts. So there was a lot of people talking about this in the I didn't take a screenshot of the comments because they were not anonymous. But what do you think? I do have a lot of thoughts to say about this. This is one of the subjects we're talking about today. I didn't post it. But do you think, first off, Deacon, have you ever entered a cosplay competition?
No, I do not make my cosplays. I am a bought, not built person. But shout out to those of you that are built, not bought.
You know what? I don't care if you buy it. I don't care if you make it. There are some amazing cosplayers that buy their stuff, but their character is so spot on. And I've seen people like make their shit, but like they don't know who the character is. They don't know anything about them. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. But I mean, you've done cosplays though. You have handlers, right?
It's usually I don't have handlers. I have people who are at my table with me. I guess those are handlers. I've never heard of this. I've never been provided a handler. I've never requested a handler. I've never even requested security before. So this, I mean, I don't know what to say about this other than like if it's in specifically the little judging room, then I mean whatever. But if they mean like at your actual table, that's where I'm like, that's a no for me, dog. Like,
bro, this is a good fucking point though. Look at this one.
yeah, what if the cosplayers are minor? Usually their parent is the hand. Yeah, that's very true.
How would you feel? Like you make a cosplay, right? You decide to go as whatever, as Master Chief,
Superman,
or whatever, butt plug man. Right? You can't see out of like, okay, as a person that has cosplayed Megazord, Omnimon, the inflatable costumes, in my like even my Captain Mexico, like I need a handler, somebody to help me, just carry my backpack in case I need water or something.
Got it.
But there's a lot of cosplays that you have low visibility, almost like none, especially ones with visors. You've worn a Power Ranger helmet, you can't see shit.
I need glasses to see, and I can't wear my glasses in that thing.
And you need somebody to like help you out, otherwise you have to take off the helmet.
Yes and no. It's like what you call it. If I'm walking around with the helmet on, and I lose my girlfriend, it's like I'm never gonna find her because, like, I don't have pockets for my phone. I don't have pockets for anything. It's like I'm no.
But that's my point. Like, and look, and this is a good point too. Like, absolutely, my daughter's 15. I don't trust some cons. Like, it's not that I don't like. I agree with that statement, but it's not that I don't trust the con itself. A lot of these conventions don't do background checks on who can volunteer. Right? There was a guy who is not convicted of hooking up with a minor, but he did. he tried to at least, and they caught him, and he was able to buy himself out of trouble. I'm not gonna say who. I'm not gonna say what state, what con, what city, whatever. Look, I know who it is, and I know the people that know who it is. This piece of shit is still at cons. He's not allowed to volunteer. He's not allowed to run any cons. He's not allowed to work. But he still goes to the cons, right? Because there is no background check for a lot of people that help out or work at these cons, and like volunteers. Maybe the staff, yeah, they probably do background checks, or you work with people you can trust, right? But the volunteers are there to help because they are the backbone of the convention, right? They're helping the convention run smoothly. And a lot of times when you're a convention, you can't really be picky on with who you get to come help you. Sure, a lot of the volunteers, or at least this was the case pre-pandemic. A lot of the times the volunteers were the same volunteers at every convention. Now it's a lot of new volunteers, right? Because we're getting older. There's a new generation of kids that want to go to these conventions, and with the economy being in the fucking shape that it's in, our economy is in the same shape that what's his face left Apollo Creed and Rocky 3.
Carl
Or was
Weathers.
it Rocky?
Carl Weathers.
Was it Rocky 4? Rocky 4.
Yeah, Carl Weathers.
Right. Well, no, I'm not talking. I'm talking about like the character,
Yeah.
Apollo Creed. Like right. So Apollo Creed got into the fight with Dragunov and got murdered. That's our economy right now. And with, I don't want to get all political because we don't do that shit on this channel. But it doesn't look like things are going to get better. As a matter of fact, it looks like things are going to get possibly worse. So you're going to see a lot of people trying to do panels, trying to do volunteer work, and you're going to see people trying to find their way to get free shit. And I am guilty of going to conventions and running panels and selling my soul just so I can go for free. I will scrub toilets if it means I can get a free badge and get fed and get a free room. I would rather scrub toilets at an anime convention because cosplayers don't really eat than scrub toilets at a gun show where everyone is eating bacon and chewing tobacco and eating all kinds of greasy ass food. But whatever. I digress. I know somebody who was King DDD at AllCon, and they'd rather be freaked out if they'd be freaked out if they couldn't have their own handlers. Also, some have awful security that does nothing. This is also very true. And this is where, Deacon, I want to get honestly, let's just say not just minors, right? What if your handler is your anchor? You have, you're autistic. You have something that you have some kind of anxiety.
It's like this. For me personally, it's because again, this is just from my perspective. If I'm just in the judging room for 10 minutes probably, then okay, I can deal with that. But if it means that I can't have them at my table for all 6-8 hours of the convention, that's where I draw the line. Because from reading this, they just say the judging room. They say nothing about being at your table on the con floor. So if it's just in the judging room, and again, I don't know how long it takes to judge a cosplay contest, but if you're only going to be in there for 10, maybe 15 minutes, for me personally, it's something that I can go along with. But that's just how I see it.
But you're a grown individual. Yeah. If they're going into judges' rooms it's a closed off room. The doors are closed, and you're in a panel of judges, complete strangers, right?
Yeah, but again, that's just from my perspective. Whereas who said it about the L2 Angel 312 said, if this is the cosplayer, the minor, and you're saying that dad can't come in, dad's not going to be too happy about that.
Right. No, I'm a parent, as dad, if I can't go in there with my kid, I'm gonna kick someone's fucking ass. I don't care. Let me be in there with my kid. A lot of these, and prejudging, it can last a few minutes, right? But and it does say, you're right, it does say judging room, but what's to stop them from allowing you from, having handlers in the during the contest, during the pre-show, whenever you're setting up.
Oh yeah.
And like, here's the thing, man, like, I don't think it's a good rule. I think it's a crap rule. It's like that stupid convention that's no longer in existence. I don't know if you heard about this, but there was a convention. They had a limited attendance number, right? So they were first come, first serve. Unlike bullshit LightHouse Matsuri, which I will say now because I don't think we're ever going to work with them. It was first come, first serve, and your cosplay had to be strictly anime. No non-anime
Oh,
cosplays
I
allowed
remember
in the
this.
convention
I
floor.
remember this. That was just so dumb.
While I don't think anyone will get handsy with Deacon, a hot chick will have a different experience usually. I mean,
Yeah.
if you put a wig on him.
Well, we were just having this conversation at AllCon about. Well, never mind. I don't think that'll apply. But yeah, no. You're right. Geek Trade Trivia. A hot chick will definitely have a different experience because my first response is, "Have you met my girlfriend?" Or, "Hey, I like your outfit. My girlfriend had one similar to it." What?
Nothing. I'm just uh so okay, so you haven't been in a cosplay competition, but you've done shows, you've done panels, you have people that help you, people that handle
Oh
your
yeah.
shit. Yeah, you have, in case you have to set up your equipment, you have people that know how to set up your own shit. What if somebody showed up and like, okay, hey Deacon, so your crew, they're not allowed in the panel room until it starts. So we have our own staff. We're gonna put them. We're gonna give you a bunch of volunteers,
Hmm.
a bunch of strangers, and they're gonna help you and handle all your shit. Next thing you know, like, would you trust a bunch of random strangers with your equipment? Doesn't matter what it is.
Um, with like my speakers and shit, like no, not even.
I mean, doesn't matter. Speakers, your helmet, your part of your cosplay, your water. I don't like. Hey, man, like, unless you're like,
Cause like I've had con staff like hand out my raffle tickets before. You know that that's not an issue for me. It's everything else where I'd be like, yeah, that's a no for me, dog. And it's like plus I usually whoever it is that books me, I usually have a conversation with them prior that I need this many badges for this many staff members to help me run X amount of panels. So it's like
mhm.
whoever books me, the programming director, they already know ahead of time that I have my own staff. I don't think that would happen, but again, should somebody tell me something, my response would be talk to the programming director. Here are some emails between us confirming that they said, yes, I can have my own staff members. My own staff members can do X, Y, and Z that you're saying my staff members cannot do.
I was trying to see if I took a screenshot of any of the comments. I didn't. Unfortunately, all I got screenshots were the Carnation Breakfast Essentials with 29.5 grams of protein and 21
That looks like the
vitamins.
community coffee logo.
Maybe. I was watching YouTube shorts. It's like
Hmm.
TikTok, but YouTube. There's this judge in Harris County. He always posts his stuff. It's pretty interesting. He's always trying to
Yeah.
help out people. Uh, so I mean, it's one of those. I know Geek Cred has more. Geek, do you have more to add? Did you want to add to this? Did you want to come on and add to it? You actually do have a very valid and very good point. I don't know if you want to come on the platform and share. But like, honestly, bro, like, what's stopping these? Like, I'm just sick of like, and it's not like a big thing right now. It's just maybe a couple cons here and there making dumbass decisions about, okay, well, uh you can't you can't have your own handlers. We're going to provide to you our, this is the reason why Geeks Forever, we offer to bring our own equipment to a lot of cons that allow us to host karaoke. Like, look, we can bring our own stuff. Oh, but we have speakers and yeah, send me a message. Send me a message real quick. How do you want me to send it to you? You want Instagram? Do you want it on Discord? Would you come on and talk for a bit while I go poops? Damn it. But like, it's like that convention that had the only anime cosplay rule. Like, that's such horseshit.
Oh yeah.
Like, I hate that whole, okay, we are only this, or we're not going to allow anyone else to come and be a part of our community. Bro, anime fans, anime nerds, anime otakus, geeks, nerds, whatever you want to call us, anime fans. Yeah, send me a message on Discord, bro. I am having stomach issues. Okay, there it goes. I got you. I just sent it to you right now. Here's the thing. We fought, literally. We went through bullshit. We went through a lot of bullying and crap to be included. And now, like, people want to be gatekeeping and shit. Oh, you're not a real gamer if you don't play this stupid game or that stupid game, or you're not a real anime fan if you don't watch this anime or that anime, or you can't be a part of our convention unless you have strictly anime cosplay, or you're not allowed to be a part of our competition unless we provide you our own handlers. Like, it's dumb shit like that it just doesn't. And I hate to break it to you, like, guys, but there's a lot of people, a lot. And I'm not saying like thousands or like millions, right? I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of people that I know of that I don't fucking trust. All right, joining us is the man, the one, the only. He brings the trivia. He brings the trivia, and he's got the cred on the streets, Mr. Geek Cred himself.
Like that just doesn't.
Oh, I can hear myself in your background. Can you hear, sir?
Right.
Oh, there he goes.
So,
all right, I'm gonna let you say what you got to say while I go use the bathroom real quick.
I think I covered most of the things that I was going to say about like the security and stuff and what y'all were talking about. But I know you have a younger daughter, but I have a 15-year-old, and I've been taking her to cons for a while now, and I'm so paranoid about stuff, and the idea of not being able to go with her and like be with her in those situations just seems really shitty, because it's like I love going to cons, but I'll be the first to admit they're not safe for underage girls to go to by themselves. They're just not. Cons attract creepy people, and that's always been the case.
No, you're not wrong. Sadly, you're not wrong.
Yeah, and what's funny is as she's gotten older, she's had more friends that she's either met there or like friends from school that will go to these cons, and they'll be like 13, 14, 15, and their parents will literally drop them off by themselves at the con, and I'll pretty much have to like watch over these kids because their parents think, oh, it's just an indoor event, it's safe, but it really isn't. And they'll come to these cons in these costumes that are just they attract the wrong kind of people. And yeah, no, the handler rule is really, really stupid. I think whatever con which con was that?
Oh, I don't know. Apparently, it's some type of local thing. So I don't know what local competition means. It could mean like, like at a did it mean like at a mall con local, or did it mean like at like San Japan size local? That's the next thing. I need some context to know what they mean by local. Because in my mind, I'm thinking like a small mall con.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's like, I'm not a parent. I don't think I'm ever going to be a parent. But I do understand that, there are some places that, you just shouldn't take your kids. Like, there was somebody in the elevator at LightHouse Matsuri with like a 8-year-old. And they're like, is this the way to the convention? I'm like, this is the way to the 18 plus part of the convention. This was Saturday, right? And they're like, oh, what did that mean? And they're walking, right? And I'm like, that means you're going to see a lot of like anime lady parts in some of the merchandise. And then all of us walk in and it's like most of the vendors are gone.
All right.
Mm.
So,
Yeah. So
real
like
quick,
there was what?
sorry, real quick. I just want to say, I'd step away because, sorry, because without a co-host, it's hard to take a bathroom break, and I can't just leave somebody here by themselves talking. Because after they've said what they've said, it kind of gets awkward. Like, yeah, well, I guess. Yeah, but sorry, bro. I really had to go. I just ran over there, ran back. Temp personal bodyguard for Conhar. Oh, there you go. But okay, here. Okay, so the thing is, bro, like you brought up that this family was taking their kids to the 18 plus part of the con.
Yeah.
Like, how? I mean, okay, like even if you didn't warn them,
Yeah.
would there have been someone there to stop them?
I don't think so.
I think Diamond
Because like
wants to join.
when I went up, because when we went in there was no con staff aside from like the video game people.
See, what kind of bullshit is that? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, there was nobody checking badges. There were people checking badges on Friday at the hotel part of the con, but there was nobody checking badges on Saturday night at the hotel part of the con.
I think the con was a dumpster fire at that point. But maybe, and here's the thing, like, and that kind of goes with the whole con handler. Like, you don't have enough staff, right? So just let somebody bring their own damn handler.
Yeah.
If it's an underage cosplayer, let them bring their own parent. They're gonna bring their parents. They're gonna bring their parents to watch over them to make sure, because there are a lot of fucking mouth breathers in the community.
Yeah, one of the staff members on Friday had terrible body odor.
And like I was saying to Deacon earlier, my daughter has a lot of friends that get dropped off at these large cons like Anime Matsuri, Comic Palooza, and they'll be dropped off at 13, 14, 15, and I just want to like call these parents and be like, what the hell's y'all's problem? Like, this is not safe for y'all to be dropping them off, like especially downtown Houston by themselves. Like, but parents do it all the time, and it's like I was saying to Deacon, I love cons. I've been going to cons for 25 years, but they are not safe for underage girls by themselves. They're just not. Even the better ones.
So Diamond Assassin just joined us.
What's up?
What's going on? I do want to address that, and maybe that's a whole topic for another day. And no, maybe not. Maybe we can get into it, like, because I really don't have much to say about USHICON except for the fact that we're going, and then AllCon, we just submitted panels, and then Comic Palooza, despite what happened last year, we're still going to go. So there you go. There's all the other news that we're going to cover today. I think parents are our age, and like a lot of parents are our age now, or my age at least, and they don't really understand how conventions or anime cons work. Are they like the Comic Cons? Because Comic Cons have a much different environment than an anime convention, and which is not all of them, but like there are like the vibe at Comic Palooza, and I always felt that way until I guess my opinion of that has fucking changed with the podcast we did last year about the individual who was assaulted in the bathroom at Comic Palooza.
Yep.
Remember we created a whole chat called Chomo Roasting?
Oh,
yeah.
that was at Colossal Con.
No.
No, he was
It
like
was at
he went to multiple cons.
No.
There was,
Yeah.
So what
there was
you're-
also the. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I forget what year it is, but do y'all remember at Comic Palooza one year there was the guy that was the talent scout that kept talking to underage girls?
What the hell?
No, I didn't hear about that.
I forget if it was like 17 or 18, but no, there was this guy going around Comic Palooza saying he was a talent scout and that he was there with some of the studios and doing some really, really shifty stuff. But
No, I
he
didn't
was
hear-
like going after mostly like underage girls.
That's the first time I'm hearing about that. I never heard about that.
Like I said, I forget if it was like 17 or 18. God, I've gone to so many of them that everything just kind of like bleeds together after a while.
There was 1 year where I didn't work with the convention because I forgot to submit my panels and it was already too late. So I just kind of went and hung out outside, but I didn't hear about that. But to kind of go back to the guy that we were talking about previously, where Deacon was talking about it happened at so Deacon, to kind of like to kind of share with you, so the initial incident with the individual that we brought onto the show, that happened at Colossal.
Mm-hmm.
But that one was assault, but it wasn't full on. I mean, I don't know how to phrase it, but
It was assault to a certain degree.
right. Yes, thank you. There was an individual who was underage that he sexually assaulted, and I know YouTube hates that. They don't like us saying that shit. But we're just gonna say the word grape.
Mm-hmm.
And this individual was underage, and it was in the bathroom at Comic Palooza. This past Comic Palooza. So, and that kind of, with that being said, and that kind of it kind of contradicts my statement about Comic Cons having a different environment. But that individual was more active in the anime community rather than like people don't understand. There are a lot of adults who are parents now that don't fully understand the anime convention scene.
Or don't understand conventions in general.
Right. Because when you think of expos, festivals, conventions, stuff like that, you think of a more family-friendly environment with, especially if it's run by the city, that's going to have like lots of security, lots of cops, people that these kids can go to.
Mm-hmm.
Anime conventions don't really have all that. There's a lot of anime conventions with a lot of actual security that do a great job of like policing. And I don't want to say policing, but they do a great job of monitoring their environment.
Random events.
Mm-hmm. But the anime convention scene is different. And I think a lot of people don't understand it because we're not the first generation to be fans of anime, but we are the generation that
Made it mainstream.
we made it mainstream, right? It's
Yeah.
we're the first generation where it became mainstream. And one could argue that anime started becoming mainstream with Speed Racer, with Astro Boy, with these old animes.
A lot of classics. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory on when it became mainstream.
Okay, what is your theory?
Okay.
It was back when Michael B. Jordan said that his favorite show was Naruto back in like 2017, and around that time, Meg Thee Stallion came out, and she got super popular having a Todoroki cosplay. And then there was she did her song Savage with Beyonce, and she posted a fan art of her cosplayed as Todoroki and Beyonce cosplayed as uh, Kachan Bakugo. And that same week, you had Kim Kardashian tweeting a picture of 02 saying that she liked Darling in the Franxx, which with that, I'm just like, the hell? How does she even know what that is? But anyway, that month or a couple of months back in 2017, 2018, I believe, that's when we started this escalation of where anime is now. And then the pandemic, where people discovered anime, that's where it just like shot up.
I completely 100% disagree.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's just from. It was only a matter of time, especially because of more social media. I believe more of social media of just people making videos and passing it on, and then I know for me, I would slowly start to kind of see other people be accepting of that kind of stuff. Because I mean, I think all of us were in that point to where we got picked on for, oh, you watch Pokemon, oh, you watch Yu-Gi-Oh, oh, you watch this weird show, and you don't watch like sports or whatever. So
I think so. Like, the reason why I don't think it's 2017, 2018, because here's the thing. So my daughter was born in 2019. So 2017, 2019, 2017, 2018. So 2019, she was born April 5th, and I believe she was born that Friday morning at 7, and that Sunday was WrestleMania when Kofi Kingston won the WWE Championship when he defeated Daniel Bryan. And so I think I'm trying to think if it was like the year before or the year prior to that. The New Day came out at WrestleMania in Dragon Ball Z cosplay, and at that point, wrestlers like Sasha Banks and like other people were doing Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon. And they even had a deal with Crunchyroll when the WWE Network was still around. Right. So they're like, get the WWE Network and Crunchyroll for like $15 a month or something like that, right? So you get both streaming products for one price. They were promoting the two. I think people have been anime fans. It's just that like you look at Michael B. Jordan and you look at the other individuals that are famous. They're around, like a lot of them are around my age. They're from my generation of this. The New Day came out at WrestleMania 32. Look, he's in the comment section, but he's not on the show. So 2016. But yeah, so like they were already doing Dragon Ball Z panels with Zack Ryder. They were doing something they actually did a Dragon Ball Z panel for, I think it was Resurrection F. So WWE superstars have always been doing Dragon Ball panels. And Zack Ryder was always an active anime fan. Like Michael B. Jordan's around the same age as, like, he's my like age group. And so you have these individuals that have always been anime fans, but I think you're kind of confusing. Not confusing, I'm sorry, but I think you're spot on, but with cosplay. I think mid 20, like around 2015, around that time frame, is when cosplay blew up. Because you always had cosplay models, but we went through a fucking bullshit part in our community where people are like, "Oh, you're fake anime girls, you're fake anime fans,
you're not a real like fan of the show or whatever because you just dressed up by it because you just want to get people to look at you and gawk at you."
Right. And look at it now. Look at it back then when they were calling them fake gamer girls, fake anime girls. And look at it now. Look at how the tables have turned now. Like those people that were talking shit about them are the ones throwing their money at them.
Or cosplaying.
Yeah. Like, I feel like the golden age of anime was Tanami in
Yep.
1996. Because you had Pokemon and Dragon Ball. Pokemon and Dragon Ball, literally, you couldn't go anywhere without hearing about
And
Dragon Ball and
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pokemon. Pokemon was definitely not so much Yu-Gi-Oh, because Yu-Gi-Oh was 2000 or like early 2000s, where Pokemon and Dragon Ball were definitely 90s. And Yu-Gi-Oh was never on Tanami.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh did become popular and did become a thing, but at that point I was already I think I was a sophomore. I think when I first discovered Yu-Gi-Oh, I was a freshman in high school. And at that point, like, the Yu-Gi-Oh card players in my school got, like, the soccer kids, like, they played it and nobody messed with them, but like the other sport playing kids that played Yu-Gi-Oh, they kind of got fucked with, and people would mess with them and bully them and just fuck with their cards. But you look,
I was gonna say my high school had a whole Yu-Gi-Oh club.
right. I mean, we tried to have the same thing too, but Yu-Gi-Oh! But you got to understand, Deacon, that you're like a whole 10 years younger than me. So that's completely different. You didn't like have to go, like, at that point, especially if you went to school in the hood, like, people didn't understand Yu-Gi-Oh! It was just like, it was another card game for nerds, like Pokemon. Nobody understood how to play
You just
Pokemon. The
traded.
people that actually knew how to play, right? You just collected the cards and traded them. You didn't like 80% of the people that bought the fucking cards didn't know how to play, and they created the card. Like, you just played the games. By the time I got into high school, nobody really in my school gave a shit about Pokemon anymore. I mean, like, I don't know if it was I think at that point we had Game Boy Advance. I think we were the Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. The DS games didn't come out until after I hit college. So at that point, people just kind of like didn't give a shit about, like, at least like most of them. So anime did blow up because of Pokemon and Dragon Ball. We got Sailor Moon, we got Ranma, we got Gundam Wing, which is one of my favorite animes of all time, but it's also one of the worst animes.
When did
But you
Cowboy
have to
Bebop
admit,
come out?
though, I will say this about
Wait,
Gundam Wing, though. One thing that I think gets kind of overlooked is Gundam Wing brought in a lot of girls to anime. Even though that wasn't its intention, it was just supposed to be another, like, Gundam show.
Mhm.
I knew so many girls that got into, like, Toonami at that time because of Gundam Wing. Not Tenchi, Gundam Wing.
I mean, that makes sense if you honestly, that makes sense, because you take out all the mechs, take
Pretty
out the
boys with
Gundams,
problems.
it's just a boy
Yep.
band. It's literally just a boy band trying to overthrow the government.
My girlfriend tried to get me to watch Gundam Wing. I couldn't last 8 episodes because they kept saying the word peace after every other word.
Oh, it's the worst Gundam show. Like, there are so many better Gundam shows.
And which is funny because G Fighter Gundam is the most over the top, ridiculous Gundam show, and it's it's better. Like Gundam Wing is one of my favorite animes of all time.
Mhm.
It is on my top 10 of all time.
Because it's basically wrestling with Gundams. That's why you like it. It's wrestling with Gundams.
But it is by far, when you watch it with, like, you take off your nostalgia glasses, you've seen other anime, you understand storytelling now. You watch it again, it is by far one of the dumbest fucking shows I've ever seen.
But every Mexican you ever met wants to own a tequila Gundam.
Right. No, absolutely. That's G Fighter. That is G Fighter, and G Fighter was very, very over the top, and it was very out there, and it was interesting. It was crazy. I don't even know. Like, I don't remember. It wasn't that memorable, except for some of the bullshit, like the Tequila Gundam. And the Liberty Cannon, the United States' most powerful weapon, it was
America.
Wasn't the Amsterdam one
What?
like just a windmill or something?
I really I don't remember like, but I will say this like, as bad of an anime as Gundam was, Death Note is a much stupider anime.
You don't like Death Note?
So I like Death Note. I have the show on Blu-ray. I think I gave it away. Actually, I think I gave it away as a gift. I might still have it. I don't know. I gotta look. I have the live action movies. I feel like the live action movies did a better job, and like I know people like to hate on the Netflix live action one, and I understand why they hate on it. But people also have to understand that Death Note adapted for an American audience doesn't work. For one, it's already not that great. Secondly, the values that are held highly in Japan are not held highly here. As a matter of fact, Death Note Netflix adaptation did a really good job with some of the smallest details. Light's dad is a cop. He is a good, honest cop that holds his job, who loves his job and holds himself to the highest standard. In Japan, they will praise you and kiss your ass left and right, right? In America, you're a fucking dick. You're an asshole. The other cops hate you. You're like seen as a snitch, right? And that's the thing in the movie. In the movie, in the Netflix adaptation, he was like, he lived a shitty life because he was an honest cop. And I'm like, that fucking made sense. But like, I don't want to get too much into the whole Death Note thing. It just doesn't. Death Note was all right until L died, and then like all of a sudden it was just about L. And like, it's seriously, if you take out the Death Note, it's a couple that broke up because an idol, and they're using Misa as like a, what are they're kind of just using
like
her
a piece to like move around,
right? Like literally, like there's just so much there's like so much sexual tension between Light and L that it's just very like it just didn't make
It's
sense.
it's essentially Lego Batman with a deeper tone.
I always thought it more as Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty in Japan. That's how I saw Death Note.
It was like Clue. It was just
like Clue. What the fuck?
Like,
who done it?
has anyone seen the Lego Batman movie?
Yeah, it was
with
great.
the whole,
I liked it.
come on, you hate me, don't you? I don't. I feel nothing for you. And then that's kind of what it reminds me of with the whole.
Yeah, but like you could argue that Joker is in love with Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like you could argue that Light is secretly in love with L.
No, that's not an argument. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. There are scenes, you have to watch the movies. I think they're called R1 and R2. I said Code Geass. There's a movie that there's two movies that summarize the series. And there's like a scene where they're both soaking wet and L is like cleaning Light's feet, and they're making like a lot of awkward eye contact, and it's just really weird, and it's just
that was in the anime.
I was like,
yeah, that was in the anime. Remember. Like L was giving Light a foot rub, a foot massage, or something like that, and they were making all this eye contact, and that's where it's like you could feel the sexual tension there.
Right, like he's got Misa there, and all he can think about is Light, and all he can think about is all Light can think about is L, and all L can think about is Light. They're almost as bad as Yugi and Kaiba, and Yugi and Kaiba are pretty bad too.
It feels like a one-sided relationship, really, with Yugi and Kaiba.
Yes, where Kaiba's the toxic ex.
It's not that Kaiba. Well, Kaiba is the toxic one, but it's like Kaiba is the one who's like, notice me. Why you don't notice me?
Dude, Kaiba chased him
Yeah.
into the next life. He went into the afterlife. He's like, you can't escape from me. We had a future together. I'm like, did he really just cross the dimensional barrier just so he could challenge him to a children's card
Yeah,
game?
speaking of which, I did a rewatch of Yu-Gi-Oh recently, and this feels a lot like a yaoi, not gonna lie. Knowing what I know now.
Yu-Gi-Oh is also bad. Like the card game, I don't play the card game anymore. You go back and you watch Yu-Gi-Oh, it's Yugi cheating. He's using the power of the Millennium Puzzle to just draw whatever bullshit card and make up whatever bullshit rules so
I
he can
mean,
win.
top decking for sure, but I don't know about cheating.
Sir, it was stated that Yugi
Mhm.
Yami has the power to manipulate his deck. So the heart of the cards was just him. So when he really says believe in the heart of the cards, that's him manipulating the deck into drawing the card that he needed
Was
at
this
that
in the
point.
Japanese version?
This was in I think it was like I don't know if it's called Daisenshu because they did that for they had a Daisenshu for Dragon Ball, but they had something like that for Yu-Gi-Oh, and it explains that he has the power to the pharaoh has the power to manipulate
And
the
I mean,
deck.
there's multiple videos out there right now, literally explaining what what you just said. There's like people getting mad of like I hate Yugi. Yugi's probably like one of the worst characters because he cheats. He's literally cheating.
Yeah, because Jaden never did that shit. Like Jaden just got lucky and was able to strategize, but and then like there's a lot of bullshit in Yu-Gi-Oh when Kaiba and Yugi are fighting in the Duelist Kingdom, and Yugi he fuses the Living Arrow card. He uses polymerization on the Living Arrow card with the fucking
Mammoth
badass woolly
graveyard.
mammoth. Yeah, stupid, right? Yeah, and he uses polymerization on a spell card, which by the way was called magic cards in the beginning, but then they changed it to spell cards. He fuses a monster with a spell card, and then he fuses that with the ultimate dragon, and he chops off each head because each head out of the blue now has their own like dual power level or whatever you want to call it. Like they have their own attack points, and then he chops one head off, chops the second head off. Kai was like, Monster Reborn, I bring back one head of the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Now he has a power of 3,000. He's like, and then Yugi's like, well, Kaiba, this next attack, I'm going to win the duel. And Kaiba's like, you know what? This is some bullshit. So he stands on the ledge. He stands on the ledge and says, okay, Yugi, if you attack my monster, you will win the duel, but the force will not push me off the ledge and I will die. I will fall
remember
to my
this.
death.
Oh, fuck.
It's a freaking
Yugi's
hologram.
like-
There is no shockwave.
That's what I said. I'm like, these are holograms, right? Where the hell is all like this shockwaves and wind and like is Yugi gonna go there and shove him? Like,
I mean, there's an explanation for why Yugi combined a magic card and the individual Blue Eyes heads, but there is no explanation for that.
no, it gets worse. So when he's dueling Panic,
Yeah.
and Panic has the castle, like
Castle
the giant
of Dark
defense
Illusions.
castle, right? Castle of Dark Illusions, and he uses like this ultimate defense card. So it creates a barrier that protects the castle. Has a force field that protects all of his monsters. And Yugi's like, I use polymerization to combine Gaia the the Fierce Knight with Cursed Dragon, and it creates Gaia the Dragon Champion. I'm gonna combine him with my catapult turtle and launch him towards your castle. And then Yugi's like, and then the guy's like, haha, you're an idiot. It didn't do shit. He's like, oh, that's where you're wrong, Panic. It destroyed your castle's flotation ring. And the only thing holding it up is my swords of revealing light. So after I end my turn, my swords will disappear. and your castle will fall, and then it will crush all your monsters, and you lose the duel. He's like, what? And then like the turn ends, the castle is falling inside the force field like a tube. All the monsters are trying to escape, get out of there. The castle crushes all the monsters, kills every single one, and for some reason, his life points are affected. Like all your monsters were killed, so you lose all those life points.
I mean, there's
I'm like, that made no fucking sense. You can't do that in the card game. You can't do any of that in the
there's
card
actually
game.
a good explanation for all of this. No,
Bad writing.
when the show was being created, they didn't really have, and the show came out before the card game did.
No,
So
I know
they
that
didn't really
because
know how to
if
play.
you go
There was
back,
no rule. There was no. They were just making shit up as they went along. At least
right, but the card game was out by Duel City,
by
Duel
Battle City. Yeah,
whatever.
Season
Yes,
2.
Battle City. Right. So they were still going like they were still going with bullshit rules. Like when he beat that possessed dude that had Slifer the Sky Dragon. Oh, every time you kill my jam monster, it'll revive me. You have to draw 3 more
Oh,
cards.
Merrick.
That's not how those cards work. No, it wasn't Merrick. It was literally one of Merrick's
Minions.
like
Minions.
Henchmen.
well, not minions. He was like an
Uh-huh.
avatar because Merrick
Yeah.
possessed
Oh,
him.
right.
So that's like it was a vessel and avatar. But in Deegan's right. You go back to the original Yu-Gi-Oh. The card game didn't actually debut in the manga until like towards the end. And so like that's why people like say like, oh, like it doesn't make sense that Yugi's the king of games and all he fucking plays is the duel monsters. He did play Dungeon Dice Monsters and win against Duke Devlin, and he's like, oh, I see why you're the king of games. So in the manga, they explain why Yugi is the king of games. So before Yugi was the king of games, I believe Mokuba was the king of games.
What? Oh, that's crazy.
So to be the king of games, you had to have the high score in all the games, arcade games.
If there was a live action American version of Yu-Gi-Oh, I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh or Yugi would go to MIT and learn how to card count.
No, there is. It's called the Wizard.
Okay, so I just did some research. Jesse, you are correct. That is some bullshit because Revival Jam does not do that effect where it comes back from the graveyard and your opponent draws 3 cards.
Right. And the card that he was using, so the card, the spell card that the homeboy was using, I don't know
Jam
his name.
Breeding Machine.
The villain. It costs 1,000 life points to use it every single time.
Yeah, that's the effect of the monster, not a spell card.
I told you I played the game before it got crazy.
I'm sorry. I'm hearing you say things, and I'm literally looking it up online right now, and you're saying spell card paid 1,000 life points. I'm like, no.
How do you think I know that the magic cards were originally called magic cards, and then they changed it to spell cards? Because not to confuse them with Magic the Gathering.
Not just that, but also to appeal Western audiences because of you witch.
No. I'm reading the comment right now. I'm like, no. One voice actor did not have their flight back home booked.
Fuck.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Read the YouTube comment by Dolly.
So I just tuned in, but I saw that you were talking about LightHouse Matsuri. Supposedly some of the so just to kind of share with you, Dolly, if you do want to come on the show and kind of share, if you have any information you want to share with us, you can. I just need to know how to contact you, but I do want to show you. We did release our official review, our score, I mean, for LightHouse Matsuri, and unfortunately, they have been disqualified. They do not get to be a part of our convention. So we give a con a score every time we do a review. Like here's KawaCon, 9 out of 10. TsumiCon 2024. Anime Texas 7.5, San Japan 9 out of 10. So we do that for like all the conventions, and then they go on a list, and we decide. We kind of figure out who's going to win our convention of the year. And so, unfortunately, this year, Lighthouse Matsuri, based on what we hear. So we did hear that a lot of their guests did not get their deposits. I don't have all the information because I didn't really look into the matter prior to today because I didn't know all this shit happened until Deacon Rap sent me the thing. I kind of read it briefly, but I didn't know like what was going on. So I kind of like when he came on, I was like, "Hey, I'm like, hey, I saw what you sent me. I don't know what you mean, but let's talk about it on the show." And then we did see some screenshots. I did do a very crappy job about keeping up with Lighthouse Matsuri on the Discord. Apparently, it was the talk of the weekend. So it sucks that I have like it sucks that we're finding these things out. Like, suppose I don't know if I read all of this, but okay, we were talking about Lighthouse. Supposedly, none of the VAs, voice actors, voice talent, made any guarantees. Meaning they made almost no money. One VA did not have his flight back home. But do you know which VA? I wish Toa was here so we can get his.
And I feel like a bunch of the VAs are just not gonna go there at all after this.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could see that happening now. You've already like agents talk, voice actors, actresses. They're like cosplay guests. They're like us. They're like cosplayers. We talk. I would love to get on the podcast, but it's to NDA contract.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
That is fair enough, and we've dealt with a lot of those in the past. Unless you have some kind of voice changer, I definitely can't allow.
Even then, I don't think they would still be able to, because that would be name dropping too.
Right. No, I mean, there's a way to do it without dropping too much information and hiding your identity, but it's too much of a hassle and it's too late in the night. So,
Jesus.
Cosplay guests were told to work from 9 a.m. to 2. Are you willing to share a lot of this information with me on private via Instagram messaging? I can cover a lot of this on Wednesday because we didn't cover a lot of it today, but I'm going to do some research and I'll do a part 2 to this because I didn't have a subject for Wednesday. Now I do. And we're not going to share any of your comments on the live stream.
I know about 2 other voice actors that were burned by Johnny.
Steffi, are you allowed to share who those are? I know Yugi has the power of being a shitty DM. Look, I could talk about fucking how stupid Yugi is.
That could be just a podcast alone in itself.
Because I played the card game. I learned how to play the card. Like, my favorite monster was the Dark Magician. He was my favorite monster.
Dolly said yes. I can DM you in a bit.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't want to. If you have my Instagram, we are instagram.com/geeks5ever, or you just look for geeks5ever.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, Seffi says they're gonna look into it for me. Yeah, I mean, who's shittier though? Who's a shittier person? Yami or the individual that ran Lighthouse Matsuri?
The individual that ran Lighthouse Matsuri.
Matsuri.
I don't know, bro. Like,
he's like, it's a tough contest right down their neck and neck.
Hold on. They're neck and neck because Yami, I don't know if you ever noticed, but kind of stared at Yugi all suggestively, licking his lips.
When?
All the time.
Even though Mai was attracted to Yami. too at the same time.
Like
Or Taya,
Taya
yeah.
or T isn't Taya. I don't know, but her name is T.
What?
Maybe he was
there's,
just maybe.
there's an accent mark on
Go
the
ahead.
D.
Wait, no, there wasn't. Not in the manga. And Geek, what were you gonna say?
Maybe he's just diabetic and his mouth is very dry.
No, play, bro. Please, no. Yugi wears his stupid school jacket like a cape. It floats, and he has a dog collar,
What the fuck?
and he wears the tightest fucking pants, like he's on his way to a
What an
Fallout Boy
edge
concert.
lord.
Yami also said a homeless man on fire. Yes. So like they didn't call it the Shadow Realm, right? They call it the underworld in the manga. It's like pretty much you're going to hell.
What the fuck?
Last bit for now is that the maid cafe was booked last minute and were burned because the convention had almost no signage telling people where the cafe. See, that is another thing I forgot to ask you, Deacon. Like, were there any signs? I'm guessing not, because based off of the family almost running into the 18 plus section of the convention, there were no signs, no warnings,
I
nothing.
mean, there were signs about, to give you a phone comparison, there were signs about this big in the elevator and on the sliding door that goes outside, but
why that thin?
Because it was probably free.
But why that what?
I said why that thin, but he just said this because it was probably free.
Yeah, because they probably only had so much paper to use in the like business center of the hotel. Like, okay, they said we can only use 10 sheets. Make it count.
Yeah.
Pachinko's spot on.
But no, that's the next thing. As far as the maid cafe, they had them inside the hotel. And the event center where the con was being held at, there was no signage telling people that, hey, come to the hotel for other stuff. There was no scheduling. There was no. I don't even know how they got the voice actors doing their Q&As, because usually you have a schedule of which voice actor is going to do their Q&A. There was no schedule posted. There was nothing like on the wall. There was no signage. I think they were just going up to different voices, like, hey, you want to go on stage right now? Oh, okay. Hey, you want to go on stage right now? That's what I think probably happened. But again, I don't know.
I really would like to interview Tokyo Houston to see what they have to say. I know they released a statement. I feel like there's more that they could add to it. We did read the statement out loud. Supposedly the reason is because the convention did not prepare the signs. Okay, I misread that. I'm so sorry. When I first read it, I read the convention as like the hotel. I'm like, the convention's so full of shit. The hotel doesn't do that. Tokyo Houston had the last one to fix it with printing really quick signs. So there you go, Deacon. So if it wasn't for Tokyo Houston, they would have had no signs.
Shout out to Tokyo Houston.
It feels like it feels like whoever's running the convention just showed up and was like, you know what? Fuck it. I got my money. I'm just gonna run out of here, swipe some shit from Dora the Explorer, and she was too late to tell me no swiping.
Yeah, and I'm gonna buy me a Rey Mysterio mask.
And apparently, yeah, a very pissed yellow Rey Mysterio mask. And I'm not gonna have any staff. I'm not gonna have any volunteers. No signs. No sense of direction. No fucking schedule. I'm just gonna tell everybody, all right, Deacon, go on at 9, and Mochi, you're gonna go on at 9 as well. Ah, shit, I accidentally double booked. So you know what? To fix it, Deacon, I'm gonna need you to cut your show by half an hour because I overbooked. You know what, Deacon? Your show's now 10 minutes.
Damn.
And it started 20 minutes ago.
Started 20 minutes ago, but you gotta need to wrap it up. All right.
It's kind of like it felt maybe the the owner was trying to accomplish something. Maybe they were really trying, and you know, let me stop sharing that because we're no longer.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've all known people, with the conventions that have, tried to put one on over the years. Like, I don't know if y'all ever remember DJ from way back in the day that tried to do USHICON. Do y'all remember that con?
So okay, so AtsuiCon was before I started going to conventions,
Okay.
but I do remember meeting him. For some reason, though, whenever I think of him, I picture the drunk, the alcohol that the guy that makes all the alcoholic drinks on TikTok,
Tipsy
and
bartender.
he always like tipsy bartender. I always picture him instead, but he did. It was at the very first Delta H Con when I met him, when Delta H Con was in the University of Houston. He was doing a competition. It was Power Stone or it was some game, I don't remember. But if you won, you got a free ticket to go see Death Note, the live action movie. So that's how I met him, and he was promoting AtsuiCon. And then I brought on a staff member for another convention to promote the convention, and I mentioned AtsuiCon, and he's like, "Hey man, you're not allowed to talk about him because nobody wants to fucking talk about him because apparently some shit went down." And that's when I learned about what happened at the con. But here's the thing. I feel like that I heard about, like, okay, in the middle of the convention, they got everyone rallied up in the main events for, okay guys, we need money. We need you to donate money. Even though you bought your badges, we need you to donate like it's a
Charity
fucking
case.
like a church, like a basket going through church. All right, we need everybody to donate. They're gonna shut us down on the spot if we don't give them some money. Like, legitimately, this is what happened. They put out collections baskets, like
I was
Okay,
there. I remember.
fucking.
Like if it was a service at this point.
They're like, okay, give us money on top of the money you already
Yep.
spent,
But
or we're gonna shut down the convention.
But he's a good guy that just got way over his head. I mean, I was there, like I experienced that whole thing, and it's like sometimes you have just good people that overestimate what they're capable of. Not saying that's what LightHouse was, but I mean, we've all met people that try to get into the anime convention scene and just don't know what the hell it takes to do everything.
I think Homeboy didn't have the money for Lighthouse
Mm.
because Deacon, I don't know, did Deacon say this? He said it in the Discord. He got paid. And I think he was relying on vendors, Artist Alley, ticket sales to pay the guest. And a lot of the guests require deposits or money up front. Why? Because of bullshit like Anime Matsuri, where people, and unfortunately, it's another fucking convention with the name Matsuri.
It's a
in it.
curse.
Yeah, Holiday Matsuri. Some shit happened last year. Look at Lighthouse Matsuri. Some bullshit. It's a dumpster fire. It's Anime Matsuri Light. It's like a free. It's like, what is it? It's like what's a free game? That like, I don't know. Fortnite. It's free, but you got to pay extra for the good
skins,
shit.
yeah.
And Lighthouse Matsuri is just Anime Matsuri Junior at this.
Can the whole just like
I think
community just ban from making another convention that has to start with the Matsuri name? Because it's not looking too good.
Well, because the name Matsuri means festival, and it's a Japanese term, so it makes sense to use it. Just unfortunately, 3 conventions that have the name Matsuri in it just have a bad reputation now. I think the guy just didn't have the money, was relying on, like, look, I booked them, they agreed, I owe them money, maybe they'll show up, and I can pay them at the con once I've gotten the money. But the guests fucking like, hey man, I ain't seen shit. I didn't get no. My Cash App's looking a little dry. I haven't gotten a message from you. You ghosted me. And then the guests that did show up, one of them didn't have a way to get home. What the fuck? He left them stranded at the con. No, like, okay, man, where's my airport? Where's my flight ticket to get home? Oh, well, fuck. I got you. What's up? Deacon,
Sorry.
stay in the classroom.
Also, know that the airport is over an hour away from the con.
Oof.
Yeah. The Greyhound bus doesn't go down there, and yeah. It's bad.
So a lot of cons have staff members with vehicles that are willing to drive to the airport, and like they pretty much shuttle guests back and forth, like between the airport, the con, or the con and the hotel, right? It sounds like there's a lack of it was just a lack of planning. Like he didn't get like what, you didn't have any fucking friends that could help
It
you run the
wasn't
fucking convention?
efficiently organized, and by the looks of everything that's been going on and been said, I think a part of him feels like he could have done it, but also at the same time, I guess he wasn't expecting all these things to happen as well.
That's not a fucking excuse though. Like you don't have any fucking friends to help you. There are lots of conventions right now that don't pay their fucking staff, and the staff are more than willing to help. It's only a handful of conventions that pay their staff. Comic Palooza pays their staff. San Japan, I believe, pays their staff. Fan Expo pays their staff because they have the same staff for all the conventions, right? I know for a fucking fact that Anime Matsuri does not pay their fucking staff. I was there when they gave us the orientation, and I almost got the staff job until John said
I'm sorry, Steffi's comment.
Oh shoot, that reminds me. When I was a guest at RonaCon in 2012, I was shoved in the back of a van with no seats with other guests. I thought I was going to get deported if I got stopped.
Christ.
That sounds more like a kidnapping.
Want some free candy?
Was it a white van? Yeah, I was about to say, was it a white van? You might have jumped in the wrong vehicle. Did the sign was there like writing on the side that said free candy? And you kind of jumped in. This is my ride.
The water's fine.
Oh, it's one of Johnny's shows. See, that just sounds. That's first off, that sounds very unsafe. That sounds like some shit that a contractor would do whenever he needs workers and he goes to the fucking Home Depot.
You just want to tag ice and spray paint on the side of the staff van.
Oh my god.
Oh, speaking of which, I know we don't get political on this channel, but for those of you of Latino descent in Texas, it's very recommended that you take your ID with you anytime you go anywhere from this point forward.
Or if you don't, you get caught. Just say you're born in East LA.
Yeah.
Sorry, bad joke. Old movie.
No, you're good. You're good. No, but seriously, just make sure, for those of you in Texas watching, just make sure you have your ID with you everywhere you go to avoid any kind of issues. I'm not going to say why. I'm pretty sure you guys can piece it together. We're not going to get into the whole subject of the matter, but it is kind of related to white vans.
Oh, can I talk about my experience at the border checkpoint?
God damn it,
It was fucking bullshit.
Oh,
So there's this van that's speeding through traffic, and we're like, you can see the border patrol was there, right? And I'm just like, we all got to slow down. What the fuck is this guy in a hurry for, right? So the guy gets in front of the car in front of me, right? And then as soon as they get to the checkpoint, the dog starts barking uncontrollably, and they have to got to pull over to the side. And then when it gets to my turn, right, me and my girlfriend, we have our IDs out. And the guy just looked at it and says, "Are you a U.S. citizen?" I'm like, "Yeah." "You, ma'am?" "Yes." "Go ahead." I'm like, "That's it?" Hollywood makes
Yeah.
it seem
Yeah, that's it.
like they ask for your birth certificate, your shot record from when you were born, like all this. But no, it was just for you.
No, that's only so it's always been like
Yep.
that since I was a child. Always. It's always U.S. citizen.
Yes.
Yes. You have to answer because they have to
Mhm.
listen to you talk, and they listen to the way you talk. If you have an accent and you say yes, they'll still send you. They'll still let you go, but they might have like a border patrol
Like scouting you.
unit
Yeah.
pull you over. They might pull you over later on down the road and then run your info because they don't have the computer. They can't run
Because they
everyone's
don't have the
info
database
there.
right there.
Right. And looking at your ID is not enough. They got to run your ID. So, and it would take too much time to run everybody's info. And they don't do arrests anyway. So if they feel like honestly, Deacon, if I was Border Patrol, I wouldn't have looked at no, yeah, it's just, U.S. citizen. If you want to fuck with Border Patrol, it's just like U.S. citizen, just be like,
Yes.
Jess, and it's all right. Get the fuck out. But yeah, it's always
It's
been
always
like,
been like that. Yeah.
they don't
They
give a
kind of
fuck.
just like they're just
They don't give
more
a fuck about it.
checking to see if you're sweating at this point.
I mean,
do anything.
with the way the news and Hollywood, they make it seem like Border Patrol, it's like granddad as a TSA agent.
That might be in other states, but in Texas, they don't give a fuck
Got it.
because there's a lot of country. There's some desert, not desert, but there's a lot of country, right? There's not like a lot of
Yep.
refuge. So you're not going to walk. It's a pain in the ass to get. Like, first off, no one's going to pick up hitchhikers, right? And I'm pretty sure the vehicle got the dog. So the dogs probably lost their shit because the guy either had someone in the vehicle or he had
One or
drugs.
the other. And most of the time, when people hide drugs, it's always like in the interior of the car.
Right. So those dogs are, trained
Sniff
to
out.
like
Anything.
anything. The first time crossing there was pretty. So yeah, I forget that the con was in South Padre. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not have a convention in South Padre Island. South Padre Island is the spring break party, college party, like central place to go, right? That's where people go for spring break. They go and party, they get drunk, they trash the place. It's perfect to go down there and pick up free tents and canopies because people just leave their shit
Yep.
behind. But like as far as the convention goes, like the beach to me is not like
I feel like
down
there's
there.
going to be more issues doing it in a beach, hosting something in the beach, especially like a con, than doing it in a building.
I mean, RealmCon
No, I don't-
did it at the beach, right?
They did it. They had it in a convention center across the street from the beach, but I don't think the issue is the beach itself. I think the issue is the
Yeah.
location,
Mhm.
right? I mean, RealmsCon was fun the one time that I did go, but I had more fun, seeing the Selena statue and going to the original Whataburger. Like the con itself was fun, but like, the people, some of the, like that's where I had my incident with Sean Schemmel, like where he was being an asshole to me, and like that's where that guy that's where the guy tried to do a backflip and hit his
Oof.
head, and they had EMTs come in, and I just did not really. I mean, the con was okay, it was great, but they're not around
Mhm.
anymore, so. The frost guards are out in the bar. Yeah, that's kind of a way to put it. But honestly, I think normally this is where we would be like, yeah, we want to help the convention. We're going to offer our services. We're not really gonna. For one, I don't think the convention's
No.
coming back.
No, I think it's just, especially since there was voice actors there too, whether if there was or wasn't, like just everything that kind of fell apart, I feel like there's no way like to like even try to bring this back because everybody's already talking about it. And if it hasn't been spread out
Well,
now as or if people haven't been talking about it now as much as we have, it'll eventually get there.
it's not just the voice talent, but you have people
Yep.
like Deacon, people like who else was it? Deacon,
Let's see. There was Mochi. There was Alan Z. There was Ghost Data.
Alan Z. But wait, for Mochi, did they cut her time?
No, she got because she only needed 30 minutes, so she got her regular time.
I feel like there was a lot of I think someone got overbooked and it fucked
Stonewall
everything up.
Static. Yeah.
Okay.
But
How much did they get? 3
no,
hours?
they got it. They did a whole hour and a half. But the thing is, Stonewall Static, they brought the stage and they brought like all the everything. I'm gonna send you a picture right quick of what the stage setup looked like, because this was not cheap. If they got paid. Okay, I just sent you something. So, yeah, the stage had like rotating lights and the lights flickered, and then they had a fake snow machine. They had strobe lights. They had giant ass speakers. Um, they had like a 18 channel mixer. Um, Essentially, they made my stage setup look like Yamcha.
But they're professionals. I mean, not. I mean, you're a professional too, but they probably do their own. They're probably like me when it comes to like we're gonna have our own everything, our own
They
setup.
probably have their own like way, like he said, setup, but also like they already know what they need.
Okay, yeah, so Seppi Hakubi, he can vouch for me. He saw their setup. And yeah, Stonewall Static, their setup is amazing.
Stonewall Static is a
Yeah.
band, right? Yeah, that actually makes sense that they have their own set. Most bands, once they get to a certain caliber, they have their own setup. Yeah, it makes sense though. I mean, it's nothing against you or anything, but they just.
I understand.
I mean, eventually you'll get there. Eventually, everyone benches 225. You just got to get there.
That's very true.
All right, and wrap it up there with today's episode. So just to kind of, Sonic wasn't here, but he was here in spirit and in the chat apparently. But so this weekend, this Saturday is the WWE Royal Rumble. We will be at Big City Wings, just hanging out. Nothing official. Just if you want to come hang out, let me know. Watching the Royal Rumble, we'll all see who wins this weekend for the men's and women's Royal Rumble. Next weekend, so this Wednesday, we'll talk a little bit more about LightHouse Matsuri based on the information that I can get. If I can get Tokyo, Houston, right?
Yeah.
So maybe not. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Next week on Monday. So I don't know if any conventions happening this weekend. So I'm not sure what's going to happen.
AggieCon.
Can I plug one thing real quick?
Yeah.
So y'all probably know there is one con going on this week in Sugarland. I know it's a little bit faux pas, but I'm doing 2 panels this weekend with my daughter at AM Mini in Sugarland. We're doing Hacking Your Hobbies and Geek Cred Trivia. If anyone's going, come check us out.
All right. So with that being said, if there is a convention that you would like for me to apply for, attend, go to, do press, because I had no clue that AggieCon was a thing.
Yeah, there's also Asian New Year's Festival in San Antonio, and I believe, like Geek Cred said, that one con in Sugarloaf happening, and I think there's another one I can't remember.
There's a lot of new cons.
So if there's any conventions that you would like for us to try to host panels for, do press, do shows, whatever, send me a list. Join our Discord. Join the Discord. We always need people to come in there and shit post. We need people to go in there and tell Deacon Rap that, Taco Bell's gross.
It is not.
On a side note,
Taco Bell the best.
on a side note, Deacon did not get Taco Bell while it was snowing. So
Wait, wait. What do you mean I didn't get Taco Bell while it was snowing?
Yeah, we were all in the chat the day it snowed,
the Discord, yeah.
and we were following whether you got Taco Bell or not, and you didn't.
Oh, on the day it snowed.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
Tuesday.
working, so yeah.
They made you go to work.
Damn.
No, I volunteered. So here's the thing: we were doing like not even a half day, maybe a quarter day, and you were gonna get paid for a full day. And the road, there was no ice, the snow was minimal. Like for me, I was okay on the road, and I only had to deliver like maybe 30 packages, to the small towns up north. So it's not like I had to worry about highway or anything.
So when it snows, the snow itself is not dangerous.
Yeah.
It's the water.
Ice.
It's the
On the
ice.
Yeah,
in Houston, our freeway system is built for flooding, so it's super elevated. And the higher you get, the more likely there's going to be freezing. It wasn't the Tuesday that was the dangerous day. It was the Wednesday morning that was dangerous for Houston, because all the snow that was starting to melt was turning into ice on the roads. And there was ice on the road. There was some level of ice on some roads that Tuesday when it snowed. But when I went outside Wednesday, I almost fell on my ass and slipped because there was ice on the pavement because the water had melted. So, I mean, so if there's just to kind of wrap up, because we do got to wrap up. If there's any conventions you want us to go to or to try for, so there's Animeverse during Valentine's Day weekend. I'm going to be at USHICON next week, and that's right before Valentine's, and I've kind of been out of it. So I don't see myself going to Animeverse. I think our friends were going to Mardi Gras. But we're also trying to figure out when we're going to Sherwood Forest, that is right outside of Austin, Texas. Lawrence Rummy McGee, who is one of the members of G5E, when he died last year in May, right before the tornadoes hit in Houston. And so they cremated him, and they're planting a tree with his ashes. And so we want to be there for that. So I got to look at when Sherwood starts. Then we have AllCon in March. And then I don't know what's in April, but in May, it was Comic Palooza. I don't know if Comic Palooza is still in May.
I know they switched it from. It used to be in July, right? June or July, right?
No, Comic Palooza has always been in May.
Oh, okay.
Matsuri and keeps changing its dates, and
Matsuri's in August, right?
Matsuri that's a good question. Let's see.
Oh, has anybody heard any updates on if Anime Houston's happening this year?
Oh, let me check.
Okay, so Anime Matsuri is July 10th through the 11th, and that is, I believe, the weekend before Delta.
Let's see. I'm going to the website right now.
I'm also trying to figure out when BotCon is.
Anime Houston is on September. Oh no, that was for last year. I guess not.
BotCon doesn't have any information at this point in time. I already DM'd them like a few days ago.
They probably don't have a date selected. Anime Houston.
I just went to their website. They haven't posted anything because it was stuff from last year, so I'm assuming not.
I would check their. Yeah, so their shit is from.
Because this says from last year, from 2024.
Yeah, this is 2024. I would check their Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's where I got the link from. It still says it says September 13th through the 15th, but it doesn't say like this year, so I'm assuming.
Even Anime Texas, that's run by Fandom Events, doesn't have their 2025 dates. So it still might be a little too early to try to figure out when half of these, conventions are, because these are later, these are second half of the year conventions. These are third quarter conventions. So
Yeah, I don't think these are gonna happen until like a bunch of conventions have already passed.
they might happen in August, to be honest. I think before Colossal, but after Delta. If Anime Houston happens, it's definitely going to be in September. TsumiCon, I guess that fucking convention is going to be in October again. Like, I give a fuck. I really don't care. Renaissance Festival is on. We don't do conventions during Renaissance. Renaissance is so much better than like half of the conventions that run during that time frame anyway. So it's whatever. And they can get all mad if they want. I don't care. Comic Palooza is in June this year. Okay, so yeah, so I don't know what we have for May then. It's going to be an interesting year too. So you have Comic Palooza in June, and then you have Delta in July, and there's a chance that BotCon could happen in August, and then Colossal Con is in August.
I think Kimikawai is in May, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna fuck with them based off of what happened.
Mm.
I don't know. Was it that con or was it a different?
What happened?
No, it
Kimo's
was-
Dirk Strangely's con.
Right.
That's
Okay. It wasn't
on that con row.
What was the convention where the owner lost their shit and started like threatening all the guests
Oh,
with like a lawsuit?
fuck.
WeebCon?
No.
No, WeebCon owned up to their shit and they're doing better.
I'm still never going back to that one.
Never again we've got.
We did say we would help them, so I know we have Anime Tyler, Texas. We're going to that. That's in May.
It's in April.
Fuck.
Yeah, that is.
What the fuck is in May? Anime Tyler?
Anime Tyler, the 26th through the 27th.
That's Tyler, Texas.
In May is Riverwalk Anime, DreamCon.
DreamCon.
Yeah, that's May 30th.
Ah, crap. Oh, it's the same weekend as
WrestleMania.
Maybe we can do something with them for WrestleMania.
Is DreamCon the one that is predominantly African American?
Yes.
Okay.
WrestleMania is actually the 19th through the 20th of April. So it's the same weekend as WeebCon.
But when is Tyler, Texas? It's the same weekend as WrestleMania.
No, Tyler, Texas is the weekend after.
Oh.
Aren't they having a 2-part WrestleMania? Like
Yeah, but it's back-to-back days. It's not back-to-back weeks.
Okay.
Maybe we can do something with WeebCon. I'll contact them and see if they want to work together. If not, then fuck me then, right?
Just a tip.
Better get some dinner first.
We're getting Taco Bell.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. We'll talk more about this on next week's show. All right, Deacon, go ahead and promote your stuff. We'll start with Deacon, then we'll do Geek, and then Diamond. Go ahead and promote your social media so people can follow you, they can
Okay.
stalk you, or they can put burning bags of dog shit on your front lawn.
My name is Deacon Rap. I am a otaku / nerdy rapper from San Antonio, Texas. The one thing I want to plug in is that my next convention will be More Phenomenal Expo in San Antonio, Texas, March 29th and 30th.
All right. Oh, right. That's right. I do want to go to that one.
You want to do a panel?
Yeah, I'm gonna submit panels.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. I'm the one who's doing panel scheduling.
And they told me they don't have to be strictly Power Ranger panels.
No, they don't.
All right, Geek Cred.
You can find me at Geek Cred Trivia on YouTube. I don't really do other social media. You can also find my daughter. She does a channel called The One and Only Links, and you can find both of us at AM Mini in Sugarland this weekend. Like I said earlier, doing 2 panels: Geek Cred Trivia and Hacking Your Hobbies.
That's right, and you can catch Geeks 5 Ever stealing Geek Cred's panels.
Oh, I'll give you the PowerPoint. I share.
No,
I'm like a swinger like that. You can share my stuff and just send me some photos and video afterward for me to,
Sharing is caring.
Wait,
Yeah.
your panels involve PowerPoints?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I put a lot of yeah.
I don't want those.
Dude, like I literally, you can ask Deacon, you can ask anybody. I will
Have
show
a
up to a
PowerPoint.
panel. Like I don't set up anything for any of my panels. I just show up and just talk.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but that's how I have it set up, and I can't just go up and wing it. I get too nervous. I have to have something in front of me to kind of like bring me back on track. My ADD's too bad.
Some
to just,
structure.
yeah.
Oh no, as soon as I show up, I'm like, all right. What time is it? Okay, it's time for us to start. And I'll stand there like, okay, I guess we're gonna go ahead and start. And then I'll just stare at everybody. And I'll just scream, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, boys and girls, my name is King Mexico, and I am the most chaotic podcast and panelist. No, I say panelist and podcast host in all of Texas. Acknowledge me. And then I'll just start like, all right. Like for Dragon Ball, all right. Who in here is a Dragon Ball GT fan? All right, who here loves Super Saiyan 4? All right. Everyone that says they love Super Saiyan 4, you're all furries.
Damn.
F you.
You see, but you didn't deny it.
Dang, yeah.
No, but I'm not a furry though.
That's what they all say.
You like Super
Hey,
Saiyan
maybe
4?
he just likes the Wolfman from
No. Dude, no, I'm not a furry. I don't even like being called good boy and shit.
The fuck does being called a good boy have to do with being a furry?
So here's the thing. My girlfriend will be like, good boy. And I'm like, I am not your dog.
I'm not gonna lie, next time I see you at a con, I want to go up and pat your hand and say good boy.
Boy,
No.
fucking forget hold a sign that says Deacon's a good boy.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna do that at USHICON. I'm just gonna walk around with the sign and take pictures that says Deacon. Nobody's gonna know what I'm talking about. Nobody's gonna know. No one's gonna get the joke. Everyone's gonna be confused as hell. They were like, "What the fuck? Who's Deacon? And why is he a good boy?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it. Just know he's a good boy." And people are gonna be so fucking confused, but I'm gonna be like, "Deacon's a good boy. Acknowledge him."
Acknowledge me.
Thank God my girlfriend's not here to hear that.
And I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna just put Deacon Bell because that's what we call you anyway.
Deacon Bell, yeah. Bring a speaker just on the ready. Just have
Like
the Taco
staple.
Bell ding.
I'm gonna just staple like a bag of Taco Bell, just like on the sign. Deacon Bell is a good boy for Taco Bell.
But the Akita Taco Bell dog.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Slap up fucking the Chihuahua. Taco Bell Joe.
I've yet to find myself in a situation where I had to stop someone from calling me a good boy. Not even my imagine. So at AllCon, Fart Knocker is Billy Mays. So when I see him at AllCon, guess what the fuck I'm calling him?
Billy Mays.
No, I'm gonna say Billy Mays is a good boy. He's
Oh my god.
So I'm definitely making that sign, and I will take pictures
Oh,
of it.
it's gonna happen.
And like from now on, like all of my, so I have 3 panels in karaoke, right?
Mhm.
So during each panel, when I do my introduction, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm King Mexico. I'm the most chaotic panelist, whatever. But before you acknowledge me, acknowledge your good boy, Deacon Bell.
with his face on it, with a picture of him holding Taco Bell.
I'm gonna find out how much it costs to get a cardboard cut out of your face. And then
I will go half on that. If he, I will go half on that.
And then we're gonna record it. We're gonna record it just so you don't think we're bullshitting. We're just like
make a video out of it. Screw it.
I think he lost his shit.
God dang it.
All right, for those of you that are watching, please give the video a thumbs up so it helps our algorithm. All right, Diamond, you're the only one who hasn't promoted their social media.
Yeah, derailing. You can find me at Diamond Assassin on YouTube, Instagram, and on Twitch. Obviously, until like they decide to ban it again, on TikTok at Echo Voltage _ Voltage _ Echo. That's about it.
By the way, I'm selling my cell phone with TikTok installed on it for
I forgot about that.
For a very low price of $3,000.
I forgot about that.
I'll sell it for half.
Does it have Flappy Bird? Does it have Flappy Bird?
It has a picture of Deacon that says "Good Boy" underneath it.
Oh my god!
All right, so make sure if you haven't already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're new, you're watching for the first time because you wanted to hear some tea in the bullshit about LightHouse Matsuri, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring-a-ling the ding-a-ling button to be notified every time we go live or review another convention and have good things to say or bad things to say or just tarnish their entire reputation to the point where nobody wants to fucking go. And then we're comparing it to how fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cheats.
No, hell no.
And PSA, ding that bell because Deacon Bell is a good boy.
Follow Deacon Goes to Taco Bell. I'm gonna write an entire when I'm gonna read Dipper Goes to Taco Bell in your honor.
You're gonna read what?
There's a fan fiction for terrible fan fiction. I'm gonna read Dipper from Gravity
Falls
Goes to Taco Bell.
I've never seen Gravity Falls.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. So fuck the show, right?
Yeah.
So this kid, it's a show about like supernatural shit and like magic shit and like whatever. So it's a really good show. I would actually do recommend it.
Yes.
He is hungry and he's like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go get food. And he's walking in the middle of the fucking woods, and there's just a random Taco Bell in the fucking woods. And he goes in there, he orders like a burrito. He starts eating it. He talks about how juicy and meaty the burrito is. And he eats the burrito and then he needs to shit.
What the
So
fuck?
he goes to the bathroom and he starts doing stuff.
Oh no.
And then his twin sister shows up.
Oh no.
And then stuff happens. And then Taco Bell security, like the feds, show up. And then they kill both of them and they throw them in the meat grinder and they get turned into the Taco Bell special.
What the fuck? Oh no.
I know that sounds horrible, but I literally cut out all the nasty shit.
I know you did. That's the worst part.
Okay, that's it. I'm done. Bye, guys.
All right. So make sure you follow us. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/geeksforever, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're ringling the dingling button. We'll be back Wednesday. Hopefully to talk about more LightHouse Matsuri. And we will be at USHICON next week. Our next week's episode, we might dedicate Monday or Wednesday to the Go Home show. We might bring Geek Cred back to review AggieCon, see how the con went. And yeah, next week's going to be busy. This weekend, the Royal Rumble, if you want to join us, let us know. Join the Discord. All right, guys, we'll see everyone later. And stay classy.
Bye.
Bye.